Once upon a time in a very lush and grassy village, there were 3 little cows who were best friends. They lived happily on their farm and they loved their cozy beds made out of hay. But one day the 3 little cows decided it was time to build their very own houses, so they got to work right away. The first little cow was very lazy and he didn't want to spend much time or effort into his house. So he just gathered some nearby straw and built a small hut. Then he went inside, sat down on a bale of hay and was just too tired to do anything else. The second little cow worked a bit harder. He gathered some sticks and built a nice little house. It even had 2 floors, but when he got to the roof, he started chewing on some straw and got distracted. Before he knew it, the whole stack of hay fell on top of him and he got trapped inside his own house. But the third little cow worked very hard all day long, and by the end of the day, she had built a beautiful house out of bricks. It was 2 stories tall and she even made a yummy dinner for herself. She opened all the windows to let in some fresh air and then she went to bed. But suddenly, in the middle of the night, she heard some loud footsteps coming closer and closer to her house. She peeked outside and saw a big bad wolf with sharp claws and nasty, dripping fangs. He was sniffing around the front door and looking inside the windows. The wolf was hungry and he wanted to eat the delicious-looking cow. So he took a big deep breath and started blowing. But this wasn't any ordinary wolf. This was a cartoon wolf with very exaggerated features. And as he blew, his nose grew bigger and bigger until it looked like a giant red balloon about to pop. The little cow was scared, but she wasn't going to let this mean wolf destroy her brand new house. So just before he blew it down, she grabbed an empty bucket, held it out the window and yelled, "Hey, wolf, want to build a house?" The wolf stopped blowing and looked up at the bucket. "What?" he asked. "You want me to build a house?" The little cow said, "Yeah, I see you're really good at destroying houses with your super strong wolf breath. So why don't you use that breath to help me build my house? I need a 2nd floor and a roof, and it would only take a few good puffs." The wolf thought about it for a second. He was hungry and tired from all that walking, and he did want to build something other than houses. Maybe he could make a sand castle or a giant pile of leaves. But then he thought, "No way! This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I can blow down this house and eat this delicious little cow. Who cares if she asked me to build something?" So he took a big deep breath and started blowing on the house. But as soon as he started, the little cow quickly ran around to the other side of the house and yelled, "Got you!" turned off all the fans and closed all the windows. The wolf kept blowing and blowing, but nothing happened. He was so exhausted from all the blowing, and now he couldn't even get inside to eat the little cow. So finally, he sat down on the ground, panting heavily, and asked the little cow to let him in. But she said, "No way! You tried to blow my house down, so now you have to stay out." Then she turned on all the fans and opened all the windows again. The wolf felt a little bit better now, and he asked if he could at least come inside for a drink of water. But the little cow said, "No way, no way, no way." And she kept repeating this over and over as the wolf sadly walked away. And that's the end of this story. Do you think the wolf learned his lesson? Leave your answer below. And thanks for watching.